and welcome to another episode of Boxing Time TV. My name is Evan Jacobs, and you can follow me at on Instagram, and my handle is at Boxing Time with Evan. And coming up in the middleweight division on Saturday, March 18th, we have Daniel Jacobs versus Gennady Golovkin. And when I was placing some bets in Las Vegas, I got like their betting form, which I'm crinkling in my hand as I talk to all of you out there. And I just kind of made a list. I went down and I was like, okay, who are the fights that people would want to see and which might be kind of interesting and whatnot. And so this is what I came up with. And this was one of the fights. And right now we have we are going to see Gennady Golovkin take on Daniel Jacobs. As you see, they're pretty close physically, same height, same weight. Jacobs has a better reach, and the records are similar, except Daniel Jacobs lost to Dmitry Pirog. I may be saying that wrong, and he was knocked out. And as you can see, Gennady Golovkin has not lost. Let's just get right into it here. This fight's scheduled for 12 rounds. 3-minute rounds, 10-point must system, no mandatory 8 count, 3 knockdown rule waived, and let's just get right to it. It's going to be interesting today. I don't know how well my voice is going to hold up because of the weather. The weather changed. It went from being all rainy to now being dry. That affects my voice. As we come out, Daniel Jacobs is going behind the stick, and he goes to the body. He's going to want to keep Golovkin at the end of that stick, and Golovkin landing with his left hand. And right now we have Gennady Golovkin on the left side of the screen, Daniel Jacobs on the right. And, my name is Evan Jacobs. I feel kind of weird doing this simply because, I could technically be rooting for Daniel Jacobs, but I try to be as unbiased as possible. And already I like the work that Jacobs is doing with his jabs, trying to keep the distance. Although Golovkin going to the body, he wants to mix it up. He wants to get inside, and he wants to trade against Daniel Jacobs. Jacobs coming in with a nice body shot. This is truly a classic boxer-puncher matchup. And I'm not going to lie, Daniel Jacobs, I don't know that he has the greatest chin. He was knocked down, I want to say that it was by a gentleman named with the last name of Mora. And I'm forgetting it. I believe it was Sergio Mora, but I know that there was a Javier Mora at one point fighting. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Jacobs landing a nice left hand, but Golovkin doing some good work on his own. I got to be honest, already I'm seeing Golovkin react sort of like how when he fought Kell Brook, in the sense of he knows this guy has power. And for Daniel Jacobs, if he can set traps and if he can hurt Golovkin and if he can make Golovkin doubt himself as far as throwing punches, Daniel Jacobs' game is going to be to run the numbers. It's going to be to land a lot of shots and it's going to be an interesting fight. And that's why I wanted to do this simulation here on Boxing Time TV. I'm trying to do 2 to 3 of these a week. Some weeks are easier than others to do that, but you know what? We do the best that we can. I'm already drinking water. And Golovkin, these guys, I give them credit. We are in the final minute of the first round, and they are trading, and they are going for it. And this is going to be, for as long as it lasts, it's going to be an intriguing contest. And one thing that, if you go back and you watch the Jamal Charlo fight against Gennady Golovkin that we did as a simulation here on Boxing Time TV, I think that you will see Charlo just fought a very disciplined, a very strong fight. He did not allow Golovkin to do the things that Golovkin's comfortable doing. And I think that ultimately, against a fighter like Golovkin, similar to a fighter like Julio Cesar Chavez, you're letting the punches go, you're landing, you're punching, you're throwing. That ultimately is, you want to do things that disrupt their rhythm. Because, Golovkin's all rhythm. Once he gets going, it's hard to get him to stop. And so far, no one has been able to. Except in the simulation that I'm running. Let's see what the judges say. As we now go into, as we here see what they say, one judge gives it to Golovkin, another judge has it even, another judge gives it to Golovkin. I sometimes wonder what they're looking for. I thought Jacobs probably eked out that round, but they had it even. And so now we're coming out here for the second round. Once again, my name is Evan Jacobs. You can follow me on Instagram at Boxing Time with Evan. And Jacobs is really landing a nice, crisp left jab, and it's the kind of thing that it's getting Golovkin's attention, But Golovkin right there going to the body, doing those little things on the inside that's just trying to break up and break down Daniel Jacobs. And the question is, will Daniel Jacobs allow himself to be broken down? You know, that's a lot of what happens in boxing, and Teddy Atlas often talks about this, or like the silent agreements that fighters make, what fighters allow other fighters to do to them. And right now, these two guys already, you know, this is a very, very entertaining bout, simply because you can tell that Daniel Jacobs is respectful, but not too respectful of Gennady Golovkin, and he's asking him questions, and he's going to the body, and Golovkin is doing everything that he can to land certain shots and to, you know, fight in a certain way, you know, and you know, at some point so far, Golovkin's been able to do that, but Daniel Jacobs is doing everything that he can to stop that from happening. The only thing is he does not want to get too brave, because Golovkin does hit very, very hard. But then again, so does Daniel Jacobs, and so maybe that's something else that's gonna, as we enter the halfway point of the second round, that's something that's gonna get Gennady Golovkin thinking. He does not want to be in a situation where you know they are, you know, Jacobs is matching him punch for punch, simply because Jacobs does hit hard. He has a very high knockout percentage. Knocked out Peter Quillen in the first round, and Peter Quillen is no slouch. You know, Peter Quillen in many ways, to start, in my opinion, looked like the goods at middleweight, but, you know, I'm kind of easy to jump to those conclusions. I see a guy, you know, I just saw Gervonta Davis, and I saw him, you know, beat Luis Pedraza, and I mean, just the way that he did it, you know, he looked like the best ever. You know, and he's got Mayweather behind him, and so there's a lot of hype and excitement, and you know, it's very easy to fall into that. But you know, Mayweather didn't just become great from a couple of fights. Mayweather was great over time, consistently being great when he had to be. And both these fighters are giving great performances right now as they are letting their hands go. This is the kind of fight that favors Gennady Golovkin, because this is what he wants. He does not want a Daniel Jacobs that's moving too much. And that's why when he gets in close, right there you saw, he tries to land those little shots to the body to try to slow Jacobs down. And I think his goal would be to come up top and hurt him and stop him as we enter the final seconds of the second round. All right. Golovkin, I think, probably made a case for having a better round that round. I think the judges agree. They gave it all three gave it to Gennady Golovkin. Let's head out right now into this. So Golovkin's up by 3 points as we move into the third round. Certainly not any point of desperation for Daniel Jacobs, but the more the Golovkin lands, the more emboldened he's going to be, and we're going to see how that sort of plays out in this contest. You know, Daniel Jacobs really, when he's at a distance, is having the most effectiveness. Golovkin is doing things, is like I said, is going to the body, is trying to shorten that distance, trying to get close. That's Golovkin's game, and so far Golovkin does not seem deterred by the power of Daniel Jacobs. He seems ready to go, and he seems very, very interested in mixing it up, in having a real contest with Daniel Jacobs. And you know, this is Golovkin's bread and butter. He's got the big Canelo fight. He does not want to lose. He does not want to look bad. And you know, we've had the Canelo fight on there, and you know, we will have to see if that will you know, we've had the Canelo fight on here, so you can watch that to see. I don't want to give anything away, but you should watch that fight after you've watched this fight. Let me know what you think. And also, if there's fights that you want to see made, please let me know. I'm having a lot of fun doing this podcast, this simulated fights thing. I've always wanted to do something like this. I enjoy the Instagram show. I enjoy the connectivity with people there. And, you know, I'm lucky. I have over 1,000 followers. I know that that's not a ton compared to a lot of people, but, you know, it's not like I spend all my life, every waking moment doing this. You know, when I'm doing this, I'm very focused. And, you know, I'm just thankful that people care about what I'm doing and that I get anyone watching this stuff. So thank you very, very much. Oh, look at that. Golovkin's trying to set traps. But, you know, he did not come forward as much in this round. And I credit Daniel Jacobs for keeping him on his side of the ring. You have Gennady Golovkin on the left side of the ring, Daniel Jacobs on the right side of the ring. And, you know, there's this feeling, I think, that people think, and, you know, I think it too a little bit, that at some point Golovkin's just going to land something big and Jacobs is going to fold. But I think what happens to the fighters, and I could be wrong, is, you know, they become emboldened by success in the ring. Especially, you know, if they're able to, you know, win and pile up rounds. And I don't think that Daniel Jacobs in any way feels that he is in danger of losing. I think he thinks he's doing pretty well. However, he does not want to get lulled into a fight and lulled into a situation with Gennady Golovkin where he is in a fight with Gennady Golovkin. He wants to be in a boxing match with Gennady Golovkin because that is his best bet to win as far as keeping Golovkin at bay, fighting the way that he wants to fight. And we're heading into the final seconds of this, the third round. Let's see what the judges say. Golovkin has a swollen eye. Wow, Jacobs is making a case right now, and he, you know, and two of the judges gave that round to Jacobs. One of them made it even. So this is a very close fight still, 87-86. And if Jacobs can continue to land, and if he can close up Golovkin's eye, Golovkin's going to be in a desperate situation because even if Jacobs is behind, the way that this game works, and I've talked about it before, they will stop the fight and they will award it to Daniel Jacobs because he made the abrasion, or he made the wound on Golovkin something that needed to stop the fight. The question is Golovkin going to rev it up now? Is he going to turn it up in such a way that he's going to turn up the heat in the kitchen and get Jacobs out of there? So far, Jacobs is doing really well holding him off, and I know this has to be emboldening him, and I think even something happens as far as fighters that may not have that great of a chin when they're doing really well in a fight. Sometimes they, you know, they can take punches differently because of that confidence. So we will see. But right now, this is looking like this is a true contest, and Daniel Jacobs is really been allowed to conserve energy. He's been allowed to box Gennady Golovkin, and this is precisely, you know, the kind of fight that he wants to be fighting, although Golovkin is still landing, and he's always in this. It's just that Daniel Jacobs, as you're seeing, is punching in between Gennady Golovkin's punches, keeping him at bay, and fighting a very, very good fight, a very, very contained fight. The question is we don't want, you know, Daniel Jacobs does not want this to be a Dmitry Pirog affair, however you say that gentleman's name. I'm not trying to be dismissive or anything. I think it's Dmitry Pirog. Jacobs was winning that fight, and then Pirog landed an overhand right, I believe, and Daniel Jacobs was down for the count. So Golovkin here, allowing Jacobs to do certain things, and then just lands a really nice left hand right there. And as we're in the final minute of this, the fourth round, we're seeing things, and Daniel Jacobs is doing really well at setting traps for Golovkin, getting Golovkin to go forward and then cracking him with that right hand. He's done that a few times tonight, and I think it's having a great effect on Gennady Golovkin. They are just going back and forth here. We're seeing some tremendous action from both of these contestants. Daniel Jacobs knocks down Gennady Golovkin. Oh, whoa. Oh, it does not look like Golovkin's getting up. He went down hard. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Did you see that? He just timed it perfectly, had Golovkin come in and cracked him with two left hooks. Good night, Irene. Oh my gosh, this is something I don't think that Gennady Golovkin was expecting. Oh my lord. The winner is Daniel Jacobs by a 4-round knockout. Fight lasted 4 rounds. Golovkin was knocked down 1 time and his eyes swollen shut. As you can see, Golovkin is ahead by the slimmest of margins. Wow. Was not expecting that. What an incredible contest. What an incredible fight. Oh man, I am just amazed at what I've just seen. I'm excited about what I've just seen. Oh man, I'd like to thank you all for sitting here. I mean, sometimes it just ends like that, guys. Thank you, and gals, thank you so much for coming and watching Boxing Time TV. My name is Evan Jacobs. You can find me on Instagram at Boxing Time with Evan. Please let me know any fights that you want to see me make. Leave some comments, good, bad, I don't care. Follow this page, subscribe to this page, tell your friends. Thank you so much for watching. And wow, I can't believe what I just saw. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that because that was a blitzing, amazing knockout from, ultimately it seems like Jacobs did to Golovkin what I thought Golovkin was gonna do to Jacobs. Wow. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully it's not as dry next time and my voice is not as creaky. Thank you very much.